Hello and welcome back to Mad About Cards and Crafts. Today I'm hopping with my Lawn Fawn fans friends, and we have a summer hop and giveaway featuring the fabulous Lawn Fawn products. I'm going to jump right into what I'm using today. All of these fabulous products are from Lawn Fawn. So I have Butterfly Kisses and Butterfly Kisses Flip Flop. That is the flip flop right there. It's the reverse side of, or the mirror side of the fox. I'm also using the Hammock and Trees. I'll be using the palm trees. From On the Beach, I'm using the umbrella, the beach ball, the fox, the suntan lotion, the sentiment, and the blanket. Crazy Antics, I'm using the blanket, the mice, the popsicle, and the potato chips. From Happy Hugs, I'll be using those cute squirrels that are hugging each other. And then a couple of dies from Slide On Over. I'll be using the smallest one. And then I'm also using a Hillside border die. I did go ahead and cut out my Hillside border, and my card panel is going to be 4x9. And I used Neenah Solar White 80-pound cardstock. I was sharing that I also used the Catherine Pooler Grass Skirt ink. I'm going to be using my Distress Oxides to build my background. As you can see, I do have that 4x9 card panel, and I started off with Tumbled Glass for my sky. I'm using an ink blending tool from Amazon, and now I'm going to start building my ocean. I am going to try to put some tape on the back of this. Sometimes when you're working on a larger slimline, your paper wants to kind of crinkle up, and so I was going to try to hold that down right here, but it didn't work as well as I wanted it to, but that's okay. I have some Mermaid Lagoon. I'm going to start building my ocean, and once I get this Mermaid Lagoon down, I will come in with Salvaged Patina to get that green in there. I do have more time spent on the Pacific Ocean than in the Pacific Ocean than any of the other oceans, so I do know that there is a little bit of green tint. I'm bringing in the Evergreen Bough to add that green depth, and then I will blend it back out again with the Salvaged Patina. I did speed this up. I did exclude the coloring because I wanted to make sure that I was respectful of the other participants in the hops time. And I know there's a lot of inspiration and people to get through. I have some Imagine Crafts shimmer spray because I know that when the sun is shining on the ocean that there is a little bit of a sparkle, so I wanted to make sure I captured that on my panel. And then I'm going to add my distress, my water with my distress sprayer. When I so you should be able to depress the handle halfway and get bigger splatters, but it's not quite working with mine. I still am getting spritzes, so I did use my hand, which gave me some bigger drops than what I really wanted, but it all ends up working out in the long run. I think that my sky needs to be a little bit deeper, and so I bring in a little bit more of that tumbled glass, and then we start working on our sand. For our sand, again, that is the Hillside border. I did cut it out of Neenah 80-pound cardstock, and I'm ink blending it with antique linen. Once I get this color down, I will smush my tea dye ink pad onto my glass mat, spritz it with some water, and bring in a number 12 paintbrush and do some large splattering. That's not enough for me though. If you've been watching me at all, you know I love my Tombow Starry gold watercolors, so I will use 2 of the gold colors, one of the red gold and then that one right there. So I'm using my larger paintbrush for this shade of gold. I will spritz some water in the reddish gold and use a smaller paintbrush, which is going to give me smaller flecks or sprinkles of that paint onto this sand. I decided that the sand was still a little bit too yellow, so I wanted to break that up a little bit with some more tea dye. And there's a look at my panel. So I wanted to separate the ocean and the sky a little bit more, and I thought that I would bring in some foam, so when the waves crash on the beach and when they're crashing out in the ocean, there is white foam that is created. So I am freehanding, so this is going to be it's going to be very abstract. I don't have any rhyme or reason as to where I'm putting this. I just lay the gouache down. So this is Arteza white gouache. I did spritz it with a little bit of water. I have a small paintbrush and I am just adding that foam. There's a couple spots where I ended up getting that foam a little bit too dark to my liking. So you'll see that I'll come in with a little bit more water and I'll lighten some of those spots up, and I will even bring my microfiber cloth in and kind of pick up right there, pick up that color, and it gives me a beautiful ocean. It's going to be in the background. I did do all of my coloring off camera. If I didn't mention that, I wanted to make sure that I had enough time to share my card without taking up too much of your time. So there is a giveaway. Lawn Fawn, we are so excited. Lawn Fawn is our sponsor and they are giving away a $25 gift card for this hop. Here I'm releasing the double-sided foam, no foam tape. There's no foam on this part of the project. I am releasing the double-sided tape. I wanted to make sure that it was adhered very well, and I placed it on my card panel. I need to cut out my slider mechanism, and so I wanted to lay out my images as I thought that I would put them on this card, so I knew approximately where I wanted that slider piece to be. That slider piece is going to be used for the beach ball because my flip-flop foxes are going to be playing beach ball on the beach while all of the other little critters are watching. So I'm going to place this down, use some micro pour tape to hold it in place, take it over to my Vagabond, and then I'm going to cut it out. As I said, Lawn Fawn is sponsoring this. In order to enter the giveaway, you do need to leave a comment on all of the participants in the hop. If you like their videos, please make sure that you give them that big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to their channels, we would all love for you to subscribe and continue to follow us. We do have these quarterly hops featuring Lawn Fawn products, and we would love to have you join us along the way. I have a penny here, and I'm going to add a little bit of foam tape to it. That is going to be where my beach ball is and how my mechanism is going to work. I'll flip it over and remove the micro pour that I have on the other side, and then I'll start adding some foam tape. When I add the foam tape, I want to make sure that I'm not impeding the movement of the penny, so you will see me make sure that I don't have it too close. There's one spot that I do end up with it a little bit too close, so I do move it. Still, I think I probably should have went with another layer of the foam tape, because my penny didn't move as well as I really wanted it to. Now it does move. It moves well, but I wanted to be able to tip the card back and forth and for the ball to move by itself, and it doesn't quite do that. It does it on one side but not the other. As you can see, it's not being impeded upon by by the foam tape. Here I'm going to put a piece down where it kind of does, and I pull it back up right there. And it's just a little bit too close, so I end up deciding that nope, that's not going to be it, and I pull it up and move it. And then I'm going to release the foam tape, and I am going to carefully adhere it to my card panel. I am not one of those people that halfway take their release paper off in order to place their panels. I probably should. It makes it much easier, but I am very lucky with this panel, and I'm able to get it aligned perfectly. And so there is my beach ball. I need to slide in the piece that I cut out right there. So I'm going to put some glue on the back of that and slide that back in underneath. And as you can see, my ball's moving just fine. It's just not moving as, I guess, quickly as I wanted it to. I wanted it to move with a little bit more ease than it does. So I still love the way that it turned out. I still love the concept of this, but like I said, I think I would have put, if I would go back and do it again, I think I'd put another layer of foam tape on there, and I think that it would move a little better. Let's start building our scene. I do have my two palm trees, and I laid my first one out so that I know where I want to put my second one, because I need to put my foxes down. Those are the grounding pieces to my entire card. They are the focal point, and I wanted to make sure that they were in the right place, that I didn't crowd them in or make it to where I didn't really have enough room to put them on. So they were the first ones that I put on, other than that tree. I decided, because I did have the foam tape underneath to make sure that that ball moves, that I didn't want to add any additional foam tape to this, so it would make mailing a little bit easier. And then I will get all of these pieces glued down, and I am going to have the most adorable little beach scene. I love summer. Summer is one of my favorite I was going to say holidays. I guess it's a holiday for me because I love the sun, I love the water, and I love to be outdoors. But it's my favorite season. I know a lot of people like spring and summer, and I love spring too, but summer. I'm a summer girl. I always have been, born and raised, like I said, in Southern California. So that Southern California beach thing just doesn't get out from underneath your skin. Once I get my little mice down, I do decide to put the first one down right here, and I need to put the popsicle in her hand. I need to make sure there's going to be enough room between that popsicle and the other mouse. So I put my popsicle down first, glue my other mouse down, and then I will place this onto my panel, and I'll add a few of the accessories. So there's a Coke can, there's going to be a potato chip bag, some sunglasses, and some suntan oil. So mom is sitting there watching her two kids, one boy, one girl. They're playing ball together on the beach. The two little lovebirds over there by the palm trees, they're hugging and they're enjoying the romantic scenery. And then we have our mice that are sharing their little picnic on the beach. And I thought that this was perfect for a summer themed card. Here I have the sentiment. I am going to end up using the grass skirt from Catherine Pooler. I initially thought I was going to put it up there, but you see that big empty spot down there on the sand. I thought that that needed to be filled more than a spot in the sky, so I did place my sentiment there. You can see that I decided to color the bird in seagull colors, so there's more of a gray tint, even though it probably isn't a seagull bird. It is, in my imagination, it is. So I hope that you enjoy this hop. Again, make sure that you stop. I will have the person who is next on the hop linked in the description box below. I know that sometimes I get lost on hops, so I will also make sure to include the entire hop list so you can make sure that you have followed everybody and left a comment so that you can enter to win that wonderful $25 gift card from the fabulous Lawn Fawn store. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Lawn Fawn, for sponsoring us today. Until next time, I hope you have a fabulous day.